great to be here at the Schwab Impact Conference here in Denver in the Colorado Convention Center. We've had 5,000 people sign up for this incredible event, 2 days of great guests, but maybe we saved the best for last. This is a good one. I have a special guest for you with me right now, James Kostulias, Managing Director, Head of Trading Services, Charles Schwab Company. Thank you so much, James, for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
So tell me, some people have told me this is my 19th Impact Conference. People really love this. It gives them an opportunity, asset managers, wealth managers, RIAs, they're learning a lot from each other, seeing old friends, new friends. Tell me.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. The experience has been unbelievable. There's, as you said, 5,000 people here, which is crazy. And this conference has been going on for 35 years, which is unbelievable. And it's really an opportunity for the world of Wall Street to get together and learn from each other and talk to each other. And this one is very RIA focused and all the different tools and things for RIAs. But it's just an amazing opportunity for everybody to get together and talk.
And in your role, you get pulled in so many directions. People are asking you market advice. They're also asking you what tools they can use, right? Tell me some of the conversations that you've been having. What have you been focusing on here?
Yeah, so I'd say probably two things I would lead with. One would just be on the product side. I think as advisors and their end clients get more sophisticated, the interest in options continues to grow, Nicole. And so especially for some of them who had positions for a really long time that they don't want tax consequences from, they want to know, how can I leverage options to help my clients either defer risk or lock in gains and maybe avoid some tax implications? And then two would just be the platform. So we have unbelievable platforms for advisors and for end clients. And I think that sort of mix of my advisors using the platform to manage my account and manage my wealth, but I also want to be able to see what's going on, and maybe I have some retail accounts that I want to use as well. So I think it's products and tools.
Yeah, without a doubt. We talked about direct indexing, we talked about ETFs, we've had so many conversations today, and tax efficiency or tax deferral, to push that back to when maybe you're older and you're in a lower tax bracket, is so key for folks because they want to build that wealth, but not when they don't want to have capital gains and then not want to take money out that they may need for something. When we think about the environment that we're in, the market continues to hit new highs. We're 3 years into past the bull market date, right, in October. Are people looking for a fourth year?
Yeah, I think the overall sentiment, and we just released the trader sentiment survey, and I think the overall sentiment is bullish still, but it's cautious. And I think people are continuing to believe that over the intermediate and longer terms, the market has more room to run, but that doesn't mean there aren't going to be some hiccups along the way. And I think we saw some hiccups yesterday, right? And then we see a bit of a rebound here today.
What do you think about when people look for the long term? If you were buying the dips all along the way, whether it was during COVID or Liberation Day or any sell-off, there was that August 5th day. Any day where we have fear in the market and someone buys, they've done well. Do you find that people still have that buy the dip mentality?
Absolutely. And we saw it very recently. Obviously, we saw it in April and significantly rewarded if you had done that in April.
Sure.
But even on October 10th, we had one of the biggest down days we've had, and then we had the huge rebound on the 13th. So the 10th was the Friday, and then the 13th was the Monday. There was some back and forth around China, and then we came out over the weekends and sort of said all's clear. What we saw from the Schwab clients were big buyers on the down day, and then big sellers the following Monday on the up day, which kind of feeds into that bullish but cautious, right? They bought the dip and then they saw an immediate chance to cash out and take some risk off the table with a big pop on Monday, and they did exactly that. So we continue to see that.
I think it's also interesting that you talk about options and how people have now become so interested in that. It's not something people were, really well rehearsed in, but with all the tools, tell me how they're hedging, how they're using options trading.
Yeah, so I think especially when we talk about the Mag 7 and this idea of we're bullish but we're cautious, we're seeing a few things. We're seeing some use options as stock replacement. So I want to limit my risk here, but I want to be able to participate in the upside. So maybe I'm going to buy some calls near the money or a little out of the money calls would be one. Right. Two, just leveraging options to hedge their positions. So either on the covered call side or on the insurance put side. And I think we're seeing a lot of all of that. And it's really helping from an engagement perspective, right? right? Because when you're trading options, you stay engaged due to expiration cycles and everything else. In September, we saw 40% growth year over year from September to September. And I think that's just another sign of we're bullish, but we're cautious, and we want to really watch and be very engaged in what's going on.
I also get so excited when I see more and more people come on board to be investors. I mean, you have the pros, and then you have the regular folks. You know, we talked about, you know, the pros and then my Aunt Mary type of thing. But more and more people are coming on board on Schwab. They're using the education tools. They're looking at even crypto or just doing things differently and really having a portfolio that is more diversified or more interesting to them now. A final thought.
Yeah, we love to see it, and we love to see it from the younger people too. So 1 in 6 of our new clients are 24 or under, which is fantastic, and 30% under 30. So it's a lot of new people, young people. They're very interested in education. The education, 35 plus hours of live education, the Schwab Network right here are just fantastic tools.
Woo, for the Schwab Network. Yeah. No, but it's true, and I had a young person actually just ask me the other day, I have $15,000 to put in, should I put it in now? And I don't have the answer. Should I put it in now, or do you think the market's going to pull back? And, you know, I think most folks would probably say long term. What's the answer to that young person?
Yeah, I think the answer is over time, if you're invested, things are going to work out well for you. And so it's really hard to pick the exact right time. You may want to look at the technicals to try to sort of figure it out as best you ultimately can, but the right answer over the long term is to be invested.
James Kostulias, Managing Director, Head of Trading Services here at Charles Schwab & Company, here at the Schwab Impact Conference live in Denver. Thank you so much for being here.